This is so interesting. Did you know that a quarter that was minted before 1965 is worth more than 25 cents?
How's that?
Well, they used to make the quarters prior to that year with silver in them, 90% of silver to be exact. It's just one of the many things I learned at Golden Rule Gold Buyers in West Hartford.
All right, and you can actually sell your unwanted jewelry there as well, right?
It's amazing. Take a look. You've probably passed this storefront in West Hartford on Sedgwick Road hundreds of times and wondered, hey, what goes on in there? Well, I thought the same thing and decided to pay Keith Druckenmiller a visit. He's the owner of Golden Rule Gold Buyers. What a fascinating business this is.
Thank you so much.
And you've been doing it forever.
17 years, almost forever.
In 17 years, you started when you were 6.
I appreciate that, Scott. Yeah, I started when I was 25, but I appreciate the compliment.
That's incredible. I thought this was a retail shop that you would come in and you had an opportunity to buy things that people had actually, but you don't do that.
No, we specialize in buying off the public. We pay as much as we can.
Tell me how it works. People come in and...
People have old broken jewelry, single earrings, they have silverware they don't use anymore, or old coins they inherited, maybe a diamond ring from a marriage that didn't work out, which is pretty common, unfortunately. Right. They bring it in because they don't want it anymore, and we price it out, give them a fair price, and that's what we do. Pay them for it.
And what determines the fair price?
So there's gold and silver prices, which fluctuate day to day like any other commodity on the stock market. You can follow it. But then as far as diamonds, the market changes from day to day also, but that's more of, what's popular in jewelry and what the wholesale market's like. Same thing with coins. There's the numismatic, which is collectability, but then there's just the silver value and gold value, which gives it automatic value as well.
You've been in this location for how long?
16 years.
That's a pretty good amount of time.
Yeah, we like it here. West Hartford's nice.
And you got good foot traffic?
We do, yeah.
And people are coming in for all different reasons?
Absolutely. We're known within the community, and people stop by all the time, whether they have old things to get rid of or they just want to stop in and say hi, because I know a lot of people now.
That's the kind of guy Keith is. He's friendly and knowledgeable. I want to be sure that I'm going to get a fair deal on my stuff. Sure. How do I go about that?
Well, we don't mind people shopping around. We pay as much as we can, and we invite people to check around if they need to and get the best price they can. But this is what we've been doing for over 16 years, and so I just pay as much as I can for what you have.
I asked Keith for an estimate on how much I would get for my gold ring, and even though I couldn't get it off my finger, he found one very similar to it.
First, we assess what kind of gold it is. So when you bring it in, I'm going to take a look, get out the loop and see the markings, and based off the markings and also experience, I'm going to be able to judge what it is. If I'm not sure, I can do an acid test. In this case, I've assessed what kind of gold it is, so I weigh it up. And today, if you were to sell this ring, I would be giving you $220 for that ring.
Now, I would never sell my ring, and Keith doesn't want me to either. Okay, so you get what it's actually worth. I'm thinking, gosh, my ring has such sentimental value.
If it has sentimental value, we don't want people to sell it. We only want people to sell things that they're not going to regret selling. So
very good point.
And we recycle it. You can't get it back, so make sure. But if it's something you're not wearing, something that's broken, that's the kind of thing we want to see.
That's a very good point, though. And there's integrity in this business.
If there's sentimental value, I tell people I'd rather not buy it because I don't want them to lose sleep and I don't want them to regret down the road that they got rid of it. So
that's sure. Really good.
Absolutely.
We've been talking a lot about gold, but don't forget about the other things Keith gives money for, like this silver tea set. How do you put an estimate on a tea set?
So tea sets, well, if they're sterling, which 9 times out of 10 they're just silver plate, we don't buy silver plate, but if it's sterling like this, we do buy it. It'll be marked generally with the word sterling, and just like with coins, if people aren't sure, I invite them to call. I'll help them over the phone. If they can read to me what's on the back, I can generally tell them if it's worth bringing in.
Now, I want you to take a look at your quarters. Yes, your quarters, because some of them might be worth more than 25 cents. So, Keith, talk to me about these particular coins.
So these coins are examples of U.S. 90% silver coins. Any dimes, quarters, half dollars, 1964 and earlier are 90% silver, and regardless of the date, they're worth something for the silver content. So if you dig through your old change and you find some older quarters, dimes, or half dollars, you can take a look at the dates. You can always check the edges, and you'll see that they have a silver edge instead of the kind of copper look that the modern coins have. And again, if you're not sure, you can always call to see if we can help you over the phone, but Yeah, there's some value in old coins, and we still have people go to the banks and they hunt for these, they find them, and they bring them in.
So a quarter is worth how much?
Today, I'd pay you $3 for each quarter at a minimum.
Do most people have something at home?
Most people do. I'd say the average household has between $500 to $2,000 worth of stuff. They don't even realize it. Especially old gold jewelry, that adds up quickly. But especially if you have old coins and silverware, I mean, there's thousands that are sitting there that a lot of people don't realize they have. And if they're not using it and they don't want it, this is the perfect opportunity, and that's why we're here.
Golden Rule Gold Buyers in West Hartford.
Generally, we pay more. I don't mind people shopping around. If anybody, whether it's a pawn shop, another gold buyer, if they can pay you more, get as much as you can, that's what I would do. So I always just pay as much as I can, and we've been competitive, been doing this for, like I said, 17 years. So yeah, it's the sort of thing where it is a competitive industry and everybody tries to pay as much as they can. I keep this as bare bones as possible so I can pay the customer more. So, I don't have a lot of employees, I don't have a lot of overhead, so that I can pass that on to my customers.
Amazing, right?
Yeah.
Such a nice guy, too.
Yeah, he seems like just a good and honest guy.
Yep. If you would like more information on Golden Rule Gold Buyers, please head to goldenrulegoldbuyers.com or call the number on your screen. It's 860-521-4900, and make sure you tell them Great Day Connecticut sent you with your quarters.
I'm going to have to check my quarters.
I have a whole piggy bank full of quarters.
They're hard to find now, right?
Yeah, apparently.